Welcome back. In this section of our part 3 tutorial, we solve another practical example. Without wasting time, let's begin. This is illustration 2. That's practical example 2. This question says, the cash book of Jurumi Limited had a debit balance of $760 as of December 31st, 2024. But this was not borne out by the bank statement at the same date. An inquiry into the difference revealed the following. 1. A check paid for public relations on the 2nd of December 2024 for $358 had been entered in the cash book as $385. 2. A standing order for $8,000, a standing order for $8,000. Okay, there's correction here. A standing order for $8,000, $80,000, $80,000 paid on 29 December 2024, paid on 25 November 2024, but no entry will be made in the cash book for this. Now, you say 3. A check received from customer amounting to $3,360 were paid into the bank on the 30th of December 2024. 4. You see, on the 20th December, a check of $228 was received from a customer in settlement of an invoice for $240. An entry of $240 was made in the cash book. 5. I said checks of $2,074 sent to payable on 30th December were not paid by the bank until 8 January 2025. 6. Checks of $504 lodged in by Jurumi Limited Jurumi Limited, who maintained an account in the same bank, was credited wrongly by the bank to Jurumi Limited. 7. The bank statement showed an overdraft balance of $87. You are required to update the cash book of Jurumi Limited and prepare a bank reconciliation statement of Jurumi Limited as at 31st December 2024. Now, let us try to explain how we're going to go about this question. There are only two sections or segments of reconciliation. We have the adjusted cash book and the reconciliation section. Now, let us try to examine this question one after the other. In the revolution, there are 1 to 7 points of the revolution. So we are going to examine this number 1 to 7 one after the other and bring out the implications. Thereafter, we attempt to solve the question. So the first thing there is that is number 1. Number 1 there is a check paid for public relation on the 2nd of December 2024 for $358 had been entered in the cash book. As $385. Now, this is a case of what we call payment overstatement. Overstatement of payments. The check is 358, but in the cash book it is entered as 385. This is what is called transpose error. And since it is payment, the payments have been overstated. And if the payment have been overstated, then that means you have made more payment than you're supposed to make. Then this this $27, which is the difference between 385 and 358, is an overcast of payments. This overcast of payment will revert to the debit side of the cash book. The difference is 385 minus 358, and the difference is what? 27. And this 27 will go back to the debit side of the adjusted cash book to correct the error of payment overcasts. That is item 1. Then item 2, that is revelation 2. Revelation 2 says there was a standing order. A standing order, as you know, is an order given to the bank to deduct this amount of money at a specific period. And this one, because it is payments, so payment section of the cash book, we have to post this standing order to the payment section of the cash book. That means the standing order will be posted to the credit side of the cash book. Now, item 3. Let us first of all take the items we are going to use in the adjusted cash book. Item 3, which is check received from customer amounting to $3,360 was received from a customer in settlement of an invoice. No, that's an error. 3, let me highlight it so that we know what we are doing. It's a check received from customer amount to $3,360 were paid into the bank on 30th December 2024. That is an example of uncredited check. Uncredited check. Now, uncredited check, we go to the reconciliation segment of our solution. Uncredited check has nothing to do with the adjusted cash book. Down number 4 revelation, which is on the 20th December, a check of $228 was received from a customer in settlement of an invoice of $240. Yes. An entry of $240 was made in the cash book. Wow. This means the receive side of the cash book has been overcast. Instead of posting $228, the cashier, the clerk mistakenly posts at $240. That means the receipt side of the cash book, which is the debit side, have been overcast. And to correct it, the difference should be posted to the credit side of the cash book in order to reduce the overcast of what the debit of the difference. And the difference between 240 and 228 is $12. So the $12 we posted to the debit side, the credit side of the cash book, in order to reduce the overcast of receive. Now, the next item there is number 5. Number 5, what are we saying here? Number 5 says a check of $2,074 lodged by Jerome Limited, who maintain 5, a check of $2,074 sent to payable on the 30th December were not paid by the bank until January 2025. This is an example of unpresented check. And unpresented checks are items of the reconciliation. This item has nothing to do with the adjusted cash book. Now, the next one is item 6, Revelation 6. Revelation 6 says a check of $504 lodged in by Jerome Limited, who maintained an account in the same bank, was credited wrongly by the bank to Jerome Limited. Yes. Jerome and Jerome are almost similar names. By seeing those two names, the bank was misled to think that Jerome is the same thing as Jerome. And so they credited the check lodged in by Jerome to Jerome. This is an example of error made in the bank. And such errors that are made in the bank are not correctable in the adjusted cash book. Such errors that are made in the bank are corrected in the reconciliation statement. The effect of this is that the balances, we have to deduct $504 from the balances of whatever we are going to get in the reconciliation statement. Then the 7th revelation there is the balance. The bank statement showed an overdraft of $87. So let us go and attempt to solve it. So the item we use in the adjusted cash book is item 1, item 2, and 4. Those are what we use in the adjusted cash book. That means the only item that is adjustable in the cash book are errors. Error of overpayment, underpayment, overcast, undercast that occur in or an error made by the customer, that is in the cash book. Only those are the errors that are adjustable in the cash book. Any error that is made in the bank will not be corrected in the cash book, but will be corrected in the reconciliation section. Example of such error is a wrong credit by the bank to Jerome account instead of Jerome account. So let's go. Now let's go. The first thing is we're going to take a look at adjusted cash book of Jerome Limited. We have the debit side and the credit side, Jerome adjusted cash book. And we have also the credit side. Normally we make our T accounts. Then the next thing is the unit of account, which is dollar. After the dollar sign, which is the unit of account, balance brought forward. The balance brought forward is a balance that is brought from in the cash book, which is balance brought forward that is brought in the cash book. That is the balance brought forward. After writing the balance brought forward, then we take a look at other adjustments. 31st December, cash book balance brought forward is $760. Then the first adjustment, the first revolution there, a check for so was paid so. Then that means there is an overcast of forward payment. An overcast of payment should now return back toward the debit side of the adjusted cash book. So overcast payment, which is 27, which is the difference between 385 and 358, is 27, and so should come back to the debit side as payment overcast. And so it's going to be posted toward the debit side to correct the error of payment overcast. That is item 1, payment overcast. The figure is 27. Now the next thing we are going to take a look again is item 2, say a standing order of 80 naira. A standing order of $80 was paid by the bank, and the payment section of the cash book is on the credit side. So standing order will be on the credit side and it's worth $80. Then the next thing we are taking a look at is on December 24, there was a check of 228 was received from a customer and to settle a debt of $240. But instead the cashier to write 228, a mistakenly writes it's what 240. So check received was overcast by the difference between 228 and 240, and the difference is 12,000. Since receipt had been overcast, to reduce it, we post that one to the reducing side of the cash book, which is what $12. The difference between 240 and 228 is worth $12. Then the next thing we are going to look at is the standing order. The standing order I'm taking care of. There's no other thing. Then balance brought down. The balance brought down now is 695. So we cast the balance. 760 plus 87 is 787. 787 minus all the debit side, we have 695, and So 695 is the balance brought down from the adjusted cash book. From the adjusted cash book. We have what? Yes, that is what we have in the adjusted cash book, and we bring it down as balance brought down. Balance brought down now is 695. This is the adjusted cash book, and by this we finish everything about the adjusted cash book, which is the first segment in our bank reconciliation statements. Any question? Are there any question? Okay. If there's no question, let us proceed to do the reconciliation section. In the reconciliation section, we are going to start reconciliation from the adjusted cash book balance, which is this figure, this figure that is here, that I'm going to mark now. That's what we are going to begin with. So then what we need to do is, if we begin from the balance from the adjusted cash book, then we need to add unpresented check. After adding unpresented check as found in the question, then we reduce uncredited checks. And if there's any error by the bank, either error of overcast or undercast or wrongly credit error, we deduct or we add it. And after that, we will have a balance that's equivalent to the bank balance in the question. So let's forge ahead. Now this is reconciliation section. Jeremy and Sons, bank reconciliation statements. Now, because we are going to start from the bank balance, we must, by the cash balance, we have to first of all bring out the bank balance. That is the reconciling figure, so that we know, you know the effect, what we mean by this reconciliation. So we are going to bring back the bank balance, bank statement balance before we start the reconciliation. So we are starting the reconciliation now from the balance as per the adjusted cash book. And the balance at the adjusted cash book is what? 965. Is 695. That is balance as per the adjusted cash book. What we need to do, item 5 there, is add unpresented check. That is information 5 in the question is unpresented check. An unpresented check, and that information, as we find it in the question, that is item 5 of the question, is $2,074. Then item 3 is uncredited check. Uncredited check, as seen in the question in item 3, we are going to less uncredited check. So uncredited check is in that question, as given in that question, is $3,360. Yes, there was wrongly credited amount by the bank to Jerome, and that amount is $504, and that amount should be deducted here because it was wrongly credited to Jerome, so we have to reduce it from this one. Now, by the time you add 695 plus 2074 minus 3,360, which is uncredited check, minus $504, we have exactly what we have in the bank balance. And what we have in the bank balance is the one up, which is the one written in pink, just to show that it has reconciled. Now, we have been able to reconcile the bank balance, as you can see, 87 debit, which is the overdraft, from the cash book, and we also get $87, which is what overdrafts. Are there any question? Now, this bank reconciliation that we have just done beginning from the cash book, we can also do it beginning from the bank statement. If you are doing it beginning from the bank statement, we will start it like this. Balance as per bank statement. Then add uncredited checks minus unpresented check and less wrongly credited check. And so we will also have the balance as per what the cash book balance in the question. I repeat it, you can begin the balance the bank reconciliation from this question by beginning from what the bank statement balance, and if you begin with the bank statement balance, it will be like this: balance as per bank statement, add uncredited check, less unpresented check, and the wrongly credited check, and the result you will have is the balance as per the bank statement in the question. Use this one to test yourself. So this one now is Undri. You are going to begin the balance, this reconciliation from the bank balance and find out whether you will also have the same balance as in the bank and in the cash book as per the question. On this note, we come to the end of this tutorial. In our next tutorial, which is going to be a bank reconciliation part 4, we are going to attempt to answer past question, past examination question, professional examination question, and other examination question. Until then, take care of yourself. Do not forget to like our channel, to share our channel, and subscribe to our channel. Thank you. Bye for now.